Well, hello, my fellow sensitive people. How you doing? So, it looks like the stock market is crashing. Now what? Where do we go from here? Well, for starters, we're slowly making it to 100,000. It took us forever. Oh my God, they say the first 100,000 is the hardest. I'm almost up to 100,000 subscribers. I'm past 75K. Thank you, everyone, for the love and support. Um, okay, as I clear my throat and have my morning coffee, let's do a tarot card blitz. Let's start with the empath's prayer, and then we will go into a reading, and we'll do a little bit of remote viewing as well. I wanted to say that, well, let's do the empath's prayer, and then I'll give the remote. How's that sound? Good to see you all. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call in our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively we say, Amen. Okay, so a couple of things have happened. The President Trump issued, I think, tariffs. What was it? April 3rd was called Liberation Day. The consequences of that and the consequences of his policies in general is that the stock market has been declining since February 19th, and now it is more than 10% declined. Futures also don't look good. So, what's going to happen now? It's going to take a long time to correct the damage that has already been done. And the countries are coming together and they're taking action. And one of the things that they're doing, one of the ways in which they're taking action is that we could be seeing lawsuits, right? We've talked about that. We've talked about the fact um, that I got to just fix this. We're in violation of various different trade agreements with these sanctions, and so or with these tariffs. So that's the first thing I see. The second thing I see is that on Wall Street, there's a red flag warning. That's the best way to describe it. That the market watchers are issuing what can best be described as a red flag warning that if he continues with these tariffs, we're in very bad shape. We're in very bad shape in terms of the market because companies will not be able to, nobody's going to invest in companies because the companies can't produce anything because of the tariffs. So even American companies would be affected if they're making products in the United States, if the raw parts are coming from somewhere else. So everybody's having to pay 25% more, which means that people are pulling out of the market, and people are pulling out of the US market specifically because everything is 25% more. And that has caused everybody who was a long-term investor to see significant losses in their investments. The other part of this is that it's going to be tied to the housing market in the sense that the average person who thought that they could, say, take money out of their investments and put it into real estate now may not have the money to do so. So it may also have an impact on the real estate market. All right. So because it can't be fixed right away, and this is the thing we have to understand, because it can't be fixed right away, we can expect the stock market to continue to crash because there's no resolution. As long as there are tariffs on the world, basically, all companies will be impacted. All companies rely on some foreign goods in order to make their products, whether made in the United States or not. And so consequently, everything is 25% more, which means that nobody wants to put money in a company that's more expensive for everything when they can simply do what? Invest in companies somewhere else, abroad. All right, let's take a look. And it's going to take a long time to fix this. So in terms of when to get back into the market, the Hierophant, I've always interpreted as the higher ethics or the higher ethos that guides a person. In the government, it would be the Constitution is the law of the land. And so by April, the 4th month, wands, of course, we read as months here. Seasons, if you're old-fashioned. First house is the 6 of Cups. That would indicate, let me just move over here so you guys can see the cards. That would indicate some kind of an attempt, possibly by the Trump administration, to make things right. Because 6 of Cups is about peace treaties and love, 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 and true love, and don't you love me, and let's get back to the way things, the way things used to be. So he's actually, well, you could say triggering us back to the Great Depression would be, but 6 of Cups is nostalgic. It's going back to the old ways. The crossing card is it's over. So this is what I'm saying is it's a red flag emergency. People are freaking out. And this love affair, we went back to, maybe because Trump was the president they went back to. They had this love affair. It was this romantic love affair, 6 of Cups, but now it's over. To take it slowly is the Knight of Pentacles. Take it slowly. He surveys the situation. It can often signify an ending. However, in this case, it's an inverted Knight of Pentacles. And that basically would signify that it's the end of the road here. So to be clear, what I am saying with these cards and what I believe the cards are saying to us is that it's the end of the road for Donald Trump in terms of MAGA and in terms of any love affair that they thought that they had with him. It's about Laura Loomer and Elon Musk and listening to people that have no they want real, particularly the people in the investment world. They want people in there that know what the hell they're doing in terms of finance, and they're not seeing that. And so for that reason, they are like Shark Tank. They're out, right? They don't see a business plan. They don't see this. If you were a shark in a Shark Tank, would you invest in this candidate or his policies or anybody that was part of this party? No, you wouldn't. So what would you do? You'd go to the blues. And it's our job to talk sanity and say, you know what? We wanted to raise your taxes, and you know darn well you were taking money abroad. You know you behaved badly, but your businesses wouldn't be tanking right now. You got greedy. You went with the other guy, and now look. Now you're in worse trouble. So you should have paid the 2% or the 3%. that AOC and everybody else was talking about. You should have just paid your damn taxes because your greed put you into this situation. And so what'd you learn? You learn that ethical business is the long-term strategy. Everybody has to be on board when you sign that contract. You don't want anyone accusing you of doing something that you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everything has to be above board in business. And you know what? You have to pay a little extra, but you don't deal with a situation like 25% tariffs in order to make up for the criminal activity that's been going on since the Reagan administration first began these tax cuts that put us in this situation. And then in the 80s and 90s, when people took their money to Panama, and then they got into crypto in the 2000, all of it about pulling money out of the US. And now they're complaining that people are pulling out of their companies. So we have this inverted Knight of Pentacles. It's over, boom, the love affair. And instead, what remains, the base of the matter, is the Hierophant, which, as we have said before, we've always reiterated that the Hierophant is the higher ethos. And in this case, the higher ethos of the government is the Constitution. And what I've said in the past and what I will say again is that the Constitution is much stronger and more powerful. It is a living document in the sense that it really is alive. It is a living thing. It is something that was imbued with a lot of love and a lot of attention from some really brilliant people. Abigail Adams, she was able to very much influence views about equality, women, etc. John Adams, and everybody else that participated. Benjamin Franklin, unfortunately, Thomas Jefferson participated a little too much. The point is that they imbued so much love and time and attention into the Constitution that it became alive in a way. And this living thing is very powerful, and it's something that is loved and is near and dear to the people who study the Constitution. And that love allows it to survive. As long as we love the Constitution, study the Constitution, protect the Constitution, it will continue to be this amazing living document that survives, thrives, and evolves as we evolve. And so for that reason, the base of the matter here is that the Constitution holds. We will always go back to center. We will always go back to our Constitution, and we'll do so relatively quickly by April. So this is over. In the next 72 hours, there's going to be some major developments. I guess I should say that because that's what the message is regarding Trump and issues concerning his health. What is above? We're looking to the new horizon. There's difficult times happening in terms of cleaning up wars in June. I see battlefields being cleared, the ugly business of cleaning up after war. The stock market is crashing. They're saying it's already crashed, which means the trend has already started. Tower standing in the fifth house. We had talked about a tower coming by April 4th. We saw a lot of tower activity. I had people write it down. Now the tower is back. Now it's standing in the past placement. Also, we're at war with Iran, the Houthi are withdrawing. That's been planned for a very long time. And the march on, getting rid of Putin's been planned for a very long time. And now they're taking 25% of the perimeter of Gaza. Israel is, which has been planned for a very long time because that's where they're putting the rail line. So this has been planned for years, folks. And then the people that have a treaty with Israel to recognize the state get to go back into the area. I mean, it was a security decision. And it takes years, folks. It takes years and years and years for these things to be created. Regarding the issue of the crash, which happened before, which is in the past placement, we have above us 3 months. So I'm feeling this June energy. So we're now in April, May, June. So right around June, July time, I'm seeing this kind of new development or new construction I'm feeling coming in, and also legal actions or consequences. So this is happening a lot faster. It leads me to think that the government only procrastinates when they don't want to prosecute somebody. But when they do want to prosecute someone, it moves very, very quickly, because we see this justice coming in over the issue, action, reaction of whatever this crash was, trying to justify, to balance it, going right, justice, and possible legal action over the next 3 months. Again, Three of Wands, looking for the horizon, ship coming in. April, people are already on board with the Constitution. Like I said, Marco Rubio, he pulled the lever, red alert, when he saw certain things that he suspected were fraud happening with Musk. And then he began to investigate the SEC filings, etc. And he started saying, this guy's a con artist. So Marco Rubio, the lawyer, stepped in. And that was when they moved to isolate and secretly get together with meetings with senators from both sides of the aisle to remove Elon Musk. And they saw Elon Musk as a threat. And so it's very likely they're beginning to think of Trump as a vulnerable senior who's being manipulated by a con artist, and they're moving forward with SEC filings and everything else to see this guy gets it's not going to protect him from criminal prosecution. Yeah. This whole scam, everything, is not going to protect Elon Musk. There's intense fighting happening in his cabinet. Part of it because I think they're beginning to question the mental health of the president, that he's senile. Yeah, fighting everywhere. We're in the time of Aries. The opposition would be us, right? So us, I shouldn't say us. If you're opposed to this, if you're opposed to this administration, then you are fast at work finding evidence and ways to take this administration out. The hopes and fears, the power struggle. And then the final outcome is, wow, everything blooms in August. Wow, it looks really fertile, but positive in August. I think all the wars are going to be over. Is that possible? Let's find out. Oh, heartbreak. There's heartbreak. I'm worried about Mr. President Trump's heart health and stress and his age. He may have been too old to have run this race. Yeah. How are we doing? Yeah, the Sword of Justice is over the opposition. The Queen of Swords. She's the physical embodiment of the court. She's the feminine. So we're going to the courts. The experts are going to the courts. The opposition. Opposition is Eight of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords, which is the house of the courts. So the master's in the courts. The hope and fear, the power is a heavy load. Yeah, it's too heavy of a load. His power is too heavy of a load. And then the final outcome is restraint. I need a clarification on that. I don't know what that's about. You guys, I'm worried about the economy with these cards. This is a depression card. This could be bound up economically. Thief attempts to flee. Wow, you guys, the economy is not looking good at all, you guys. But something positive is coming in August. It looks like many of the wars come to an end, and it looks like I want to find out if they're going to remove Trump, because That was crazy what I just saw. That was crazy, crazy, crazy what I just saw. I need to just look at Trump because um, it's like the companies that are doing well are the ones that are eco-friendly because they don't do any waste, they don't have any penalties, yeah, within the next 2 weeks his star is inverted. 2 weeks. I read Pentacles this week. It's also the Swindler's card. I love what the thing does to my background. Like inverted star card. So bad stars. I'm not an astrologer. Go ahead if you are an astrologer. But the next 2 weeks his star fades. That places us. Oh God, I'll be in Israel, right? Will I be in Israel? Yeah, I will be. No, it'll be right before I leave. Oh my gosh. I'm beginning to think I should not be going to Israel. I know better. I've looked at the cards like, am I crazy to be going in April when oh, hell, it's breaking loose? There it is. The Constitution in the first house over him and solid. What is above? Moving. This guy is moving. I see him going back to like Mar-a-Lago. He loses a war. Inverted 5 of swords. Owie, owie, boo, boo. Over the next 3 months, entering in a new man, King of Cups, Mr. Mascara. I think that we could be seeing a resignation or removal of Trump and J.D. Vance coming in. It's that he's too old to rule, that a lot of the economic problems are due to him, and so people want him removed. Feelings of betrayal by his constituents, death. It's not looking good, folks. Yeah, Queen of Wands is also boundaries. She's the queen that comes into. It was a boundary issue, that boundaries were violated in the people. So this summer, yeah, by this summer, we have this strong, and there comes the courts in his opposition. Yeah, so I don't know. It's so bad. I don't know if Trump can survive April. I think that the ship is headed off a cliff. I think that people are going to have to come in to try and right it. And I think July and August is a very, very good time for produce. I think that the environment yields many blessings this summer, despite all of the crazy. And I think that the data coming back, the finances are starting to come in on some of these eco projects, and it's heralding a lot of optimism regarding how we do business in the future. And the great thing for those people who are concerned about all these regulations is that when you have an eco-friendly product, you can do away with a lot of regulations because there's no waste. So that is where we are headed. Beautiful partnership coming in the next couple of months as well with the Queen of Wands. People have stood their ground. Be sure and make it out to the march that's happening just down the street. It's starting in a couple of minutes. I'm going to go out and join it. Stay safe. If you are joining the marches today, please go and leave with the same people. Never go by yourself. If you are, just take care of yourself. You know how I am. I'm your favorite Jewish mama. All right. If you're trying to get in for a reading with me, please check all the information below, and I can see you through Booksy. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. And we will see you next time, everyone. Take care, sweethearts. Bye-bye.